This is Beyond Blue, a deep sea exploration game that I hadn't really noticed before, but it popped up on my radar and it certainly looked interesting. Decided to do a first 30 and we'll dive in. I was going to record this live as such, do actual over-the-top commentary, but I was going to try and fake it actually, but which wouldn't come out well. So this is pre-recorded footage for the first 30 minutes and obviously me talking over the top. It's in association with The Blue Planet, which is an absolutely outstanding documentary series. British people will know it through Attenborough. For sure, other people may not be hopefully aware of it, but just if you haven't seen it, then do watch it. It's just a visual treat for the eyes. So I wasn't sure what this is. I wasn't sure if this was just swimming about looking at sea life simulator, if you will. I didn't actually know whether this would be story based or anything to it. It was the association with Blue Planet that confused me. Obviously what we're seeing here is some kind of world setting story, as though there is a story to it. You get a basic idea that you're working in some kind of research facility that needs you to go under the water and discover the mysteries that lie below as we enter the title card. So from here, you are given, as you'll see coming up, a basic tutorial. You'll get told how to look around, as you'll see any second now, with there you go, extended loading times, but you'll see coming up anyway, shown how to look around, how to swim, that sort of thing. Nice early achievement, by the way. I like it when games do that. I know some people find it that is cheap achievements, but I do like it when you get an achievement just for watching. But yeah, anyway, bit of world building there in the text. And we are about to jump in. You immediately obviously see various different kinds of fish flying around. It's not exactly Finding Dory or Finding Nemo even, but yeah, there's lots of fish flying around, and then obviously introduced to the controls here. Have a quick look around, do some basic swimming, and then you are given, obviously these are where you should be going markers, objective markers. So guide now is to swim to those. I didn't realise that you looked up to swim up, so yeah, well, I kind of struggle around here a bit. I was going to complain how you don't need tutorials, but clearly I do. So yeah, you find the fish, you scan the fish, get information about them, and the goal obviously is the more you scan them, the more you learn about them, and the more research you can do. So decided to follow the tutorial fairly to the letter. I didn't want to go exploring too far in this first 30 minutes, purely because I knew it'd be shared and I didn't want to ruin anything as much as possible. But just need to look at it. It's very hard not to be taken in by everything that's around you. There were many times, even after this video, I was just left in awe watching the marine life, if you will, swimming around me, reacting to me in some places, which you'll see later in the video. So you've got these buoys here, and you use those to scan at your targeting reticle, and you're picking up noises. You scan those to learn what they are, where they are, so you can then go and scan them. That's a lot of what happens here. It's a lot of going around, finding various fish or mammals, Obviously, there's dolphins in there as well. So finding the various wildlife and scanning them. So again, we're now apparently a part of a live stream. This is what this is. And that's the base story around it here. I didn't even notice when I was playing, but you've got the Ocean X Live logo in the corner to show, oh, look, this is like an internet live stream. It seems a fairly decent sized map. It's split into different areas and it seems there's lots to explore, but not overly huge. But you get a sense of the scale with some of these animals. The sperm whale here, you know, you can tell the size of it compared to you, and it is majestic. What I found about it though was it was just very calming. I loved being here. We'll touch on these later, your science logs. You'll see what you can do with them in a bit. But yeah, the game is just a lot of this, and it is just really, really calm. So obviously, we'll take a few minutes just making our way, scanning. Got an objective here at the moment, which is to scan 5 bottlenose dolphins. We do that. I had a little bit of trouble working that out for some reason, and not being able to get them, but soon worked that out. I kept trying to hold the RB button, so I was on them and scanning rather than having to release and scan again. It's a minor thing. It's my own stupidity. But I'm diving under the sea with all these animals, so I don't really care that I messed up a little bit. But yeah, you get to see them. You kind of get a bit more story coming up soon. We'll head over to this objective. And while we're doing it, we're getting just this. I could stop every few moments just to look at the various different things I could scan. This is a collectathon fan's absolute dream to a degree, you know, just going around seeing all this and collecting data. Something so serene about it all. And yeah, I could have just done this all day. It could have just been half an hour of me just in one location, just watching the fish. There's a reason I like aquariums. But you see various schools of fish, and from what I could tell, how they are and how they sort of are together. So the schools you get there, that would be the right sort of amount. The humpbacks in pairs, apparently, yeah, that's fairly true to life as well. Now, I actually thought humpbacks were bigger than that. And that was the one thing at first that threw me off. I'm guessing that's not the case. I mean, it's still big. Wouldn't want to get into a fight with one, obviously, but I just thought they were grander. So I don't know if I'm confusing them with something else, but there's that. Finding another buoy. And again, we use that now to look for things. You know, we're using it to find signals. Get the various, I'm going to say it's not speech techniques, obviously, because there are the various calls to find sensors, and we'll go and find a sensor in a minute, and we'll see what that's about. These, obviously, you're finding these, and then it does kick out once you're done, so you're not just trying to search around. It does kick you out once it's done, and then you can set off on your way. Now, I actually thought when I actually went up to that, I was facing that way, so I don't know why it spun me around, which is a bit confusing, but you'll get used to it. So clearly here, what happens now is we go and find these other markers, and there is a lot of that going on. I was tempted to go straight over there, but these are closer. Again, you can see the dolphins there, all moving around, doing their things. We'll go, look, we'll grab this. And I love this moment. I'll just let this moment play out.
Hey guys, can I take a turn?
Well, you don't see that every day. At least I don't.
Frankly, neither do I.
Oh yeah, obviously it was a set scene. It wasn't. It wasn't dynamic. It was obviously meant to happen, especially in this tutorial. But it was just lovely. I liked it. I like the little touches that you get there. So we're just going to go now. We go and pick up this sensor down on the seabed, or part of the seabed anyway.
Unbelievable. That sounds too close to be outside the research.
Bit more.
One of the waypoints went down. Do you think that's related?
I have to look at other fish again. After this recording, when I went back into the game to play it more for myself, I spent a lot of time just watching. I didn't get very far at all, just watching everything that's going around. Look at those, they're majestic. Sharks are amazing. Yeah, reef sharks, lovely, look at them. But anyway, back to the game, because there's objectives. What I love about these sort of games is they allow people to learn through interactivity and through fun. And it's something that should be used as a tool going forward, video games. Because they're not all about killing and violence or sports recreations or platformers and shooting, cards, everything. You can get these experiences as well, which are absolutely wonderful to see. And I couldn't tell you how 100% accurate all the data is here. But it is an option. It can be educational. And it's a tool that's available. Now, I know some people, when they hear educational tools or educational games, it throws back some memories of some of the absolute dross you'd get in shovelware, freeware type games on Windows 95. But it's moved on. We can see this, I can learn things about these animals while enjoying an experience, even enjoying a game. I'm going to go slightly off on a tangent here, but games like Assassin's Creed, now, no, they're not historically accurate, but they could be used, that the engine could be used as a way to tell stories and bring children into a setting they would otherwise only see in a book. This is what video games can do now. And this being in partnership with the Blue Planet adds a certain credence to it, and a level of respect that it might not otherwise get. It might otherwise get ignored, but this can be a tool. And I for one, will happily sit down with this with my son, with my daughter, play it together with them and watch them, let them ask questions, let them enjoy. I'm going to continue talking about this because I get a little bit lost here. It's probably the only time I really did get lost trying to find an objective. I chose the wrong way there. If I'd gone the other way, I would have found it a lot easier. But yeah, I'll be doing a lot of swimming around the whole mountain here, this whole area here, to find where I'm meant to go. But yeah, I absolutely enjoyed my time. But as I said, it can be and should be used as a tool to educate through fun. And for me, that's what a lot of this is all about. It's about fun. And it's what we're taught at an early age, that you learn through fun, you learn through play, and it sticks. My son played video games from a young age, and he learned what words were just through shape and recognition. seeing like game menus, seeing the word start or the word pause or any things like that in games that allowed him to understand what those words were. Now, he couldn't, at a young age, he couldn't see them, but he recognised them. He recognised the shapes. And honestly, I think that helped him learn to read. So again, these are powerful tools. It doesn't just need to be set in a world where, we're just going to learn about, marine biology or things like that. We haven't got to do one that's just set in a safari land, just to learn about various animals that might be, in the Serengeti. It can be used in other ways, and it's the what you learn beyond the direct thought of learning. So beyond just going, like, this is what we're going to learn about a whale today. Let's go and swim up and have a look at this whale. They can learn other things. They learn logic. They learn how to control things. It's the hand-eye coordination that both my children have over what I have and my partner has is worlds apart. They've got so much more hand-eye coordination at their age than I had. They've got better understanding of things because of all the tools they have. And these work. I wasn't meaning for this to go on as a kind of monologue or rant with regards to this, but I'm trying to work out how to get back to that marker after getting myself lost. But yeah, because I played it poorly here and got myself lost, there's a lot of dead time to fill, and I'm going to do that with my voice. But yeah, I won't labour on the point. I think things like this, we're going to start maybe seeing a shift soon. We might see things like more PCs available or tablets in schools moving forward, even games consoles where we can give children access to these things, allow them to go and interact, and it'll be better for the planet as well. If they're able to see these things and interact with them, which, not many children, in fact, most children will not be able to go to other parts of the world and go deep sea diving. It's not possible. And books can only show you so much. Sure, what Attenborough does with just some amazing visuals for his documentaries, it just brings it closer to us, and in ways we've never seen before. But still, you're not interacting, and this allowing you to interact is just something else. It just works on another level. I've played games. I played the Metro series recently. No, well, not recently, it was a good few years ago now, but I played that. And that in turn got me interested in Russian politics and what was the politics behind it. And I went and done further education myself. And games can do that for you. Why is it like this? What does this? It's what educates you and changes your worldviews. I'm not saying, I'm not one of those who are going, all games should have this and they should be ways of learning or bettering yourself. It shouldn't be. Most games are there for fun, distraction, and they are wonderful for that. But something like this is different. It bridges the gap, and they're more than welcome. Anyway, back to the game as we get back to actually doing things. I just need to collect some coral samples for distressed coral. So there's obviously reasons behind it that become apparent later in the game. So we go around, just find the last couple of bits of coral here.
Done.
Mirai, sperm whales. And they must be your pod because I have a tag signal that is definitely ours. Pushing the waypoint.
On my way. I'm hoping to reconnect with the sperm whale family, whom I have been tracking for years. I'm excited to check in on our mother-to-be.
This segment here is the last underwater segment of this video. We're about to go and see some whales, and one of them was pregnant. I don't think it's spoilery to say that we get there and she's had the baby. Yeah, we'll say baby still. And some slight concerns are raised, which will then lead into the next part of the game. So we go there, scan all 5 sperm whales here. They are wonderful. Look at them.
Mirai clearly has a fondness for these creatures. She's fallen silent.
Right.
A minor complaint, I suppose, with this is some of the animations do seem a bit canned at points. Now, they move naturally, but they all seem to follow a bit of a pattern, which is a shame. But I get why not. Why it is like that. Anyway, look, there's the baby sperm whale. And there we go. It says we've completed dive 1. Yeah, it does seem a bit canned in places, especially when you need to focus on some for a bit. You go, I've seen that animation previously. But I'm going to go with they probably didn't have the most biggest budget out there. And they've done with it what they could. It still all feels natural. It still looks beautiful. But that's the undersea section done. And we are about to jump on to our research submarine. And do some bits in there. Now, this is obviously where we tie together the different dives and the reasons for doing these dives. So we come in here, it's quite futuristic. Hey, looks like a PlayStation 5 in there. That's what the inside of a PlayStation 5 looks like, and that's how it all is going to work. A marine biologist will power your PS5. So, yeah, I'll have a little look around. Everything's marked quite easily. Nothing is over the top. There's nothing overly difficult. It's not trying to trick you in any way. It just wants you to go through an experience. So I go through now, having a look at the various different files and other bits that are there that obviously lead a bit to a subplot, maybe, a sub-story. I'm not expecting to all of a sudden have a massive twist to this. I'm still just expecting it just as a way to drive forward. Yeah, that's what that is. It's nice flavour text, a lot of it. So we go over here. I like this. The fish and everything you've scanned is now available for you to look at. There's quite a few on there, but not an overwhelming amount of stuff, which is good. But yeah, look, we'll bring up the shark. Now, first of all, it brings it up outside. It's swimming outside, and then I realised it's a hologram type deck, and that's what you've got there. You've got a scanned version of the fish, and it's a shark, so it is a fish. And you can see the various different things you get by the more you scan. I tried to load up one here and tried to go to its behaviours, but that didn't work. Now, I don't know if it's because it doesn't have any extra behaviours, but yeah, it didn't bring up the menu. So I don't get why the button prompt was still there. This is nice. You can choose your background music. So we'll have a little look through, and I will change the track changes in a sec, and you can have a little listen to the different tracks. Yeah, I rocked this one for quite some time. I just really enjoyed listening to this track. So that was I think this ended up being my on vessel track of choice. So we jump in here and we get a start of some more dialogue. You can see a few bits, like some highlights from what you did. nice visual cues there. The interfaces are really nice, actually. They seem fairly modern in what they do. So yeah, all good and practical. So now we're talking with Andre. The voice acting's not too bad in this, and they bounce off each other fairly well. But it does bring up one issue that I did have with this, and you'll see it in a second. So you go through, you've got these choices you can make as with regards to the chat you have. I will tell you now, it doesn't have any bearing on the actual outcome of the chat. And you'll see why in a minute. So yeah, try to play a bit fun with Andre here. And we continue to have a chat, talk about things. It's all to do with, I suppose, prepping into the next section of the game. So we'll just let this play through.
I thought she had more time given her weight, but it was hard to know for sure. What's the about?
Just noting her low weight. Also wondering when you'll find the rest of her pod. Maybe they were diving.
I'll find them. Hey, I was thinking we should name the baby whale Andrea. She has your kind eyes.
And my bald head. No, I'm putting her in the sim as A17.
Just on that point, they bring up the low weight of the mother and potentially giving birth early. And it does get me to wondering, is there going to be down the line a point with that? You know, are we going to find that there's an issue and we need to look into that further, or is it just that's what this was? I don't know at this point. And obviously I'm not going to explain anything else that I've played. Mainly because I think that this is a game that's best experienced for yourself. The opening level is the opening level, and it's over fairly quick. Just said half an hour will get you through the opening swim, the opening dive, and your first interactions on the vessel will show you a lot of what the game has to offer. So we came to the end of the chat, and you can see what the issue was here, that we went back into this accidentally chose another chat with Andre, and you couldn't skip it, you couldn't back out, so I had to go through the entire chat again. So I used that opportunity to try a couple of different options, and while you get a couple of different bits of dialogue, it still reverts back to what the original dialogue was. So I wouldn't worry too much when you're playing it about the dialogue choices you make. I don't think it has any kind of overbearing effect on how the game plays out. It's fairly linear. So yeah, make of that what you will. But yeah, shame you can't back out of these chats or get different chats if you go into it for a second time.
Is she gonna jump on the chat?
It's a little bit immersion breaking, unfortunately, there. But anyway, get out. There was another chat I could have had, but I know we're coming towards the end now, so we will come out. That was Beyond Blue. And I will finish off now. We have another look around and we start to see, we'll see here a video that we can then launch out, an educational video. So take a watch of these. That was Beyond Blue. Definitely give it a go.
It's a big ocean. You gotta be able to see what's worth spending your time on.
When I'm down there in a submarine and I'm seeing all these animals, it's always about which one of these is new, which one of these has not been seen before to science.
Why did these animals come here as opposed to there, and where are they going? There are really tangible things that we can do now to start answering some of these questions, but as the technology develops, we can become more and more and more and more sophisticated.
Technology is emerging on all fronts. We're using all this side-scan sonar and hydrophones to map things out. We can use these sound underwater surveillance systems to actually track whales and see them move all around the ocean. There's a new field called environmental DNA, where you just look at the slothed off cells that are in the water to know who is there.
Oh, the whale shark was just here. Can we follow it? And you sniff the trail of the whale shark's DNA.
How am I going to understand a shark if I'm thinking like an old world primate? We're totally different. It took me several years to look at the eyes, to look at the hardware, to measure the light, and to build the camera so we could get all these hints into how that shark might be seeing the world. Because it's like a detective story.